everybody, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and Coffee Stream episode 350. And it's a whole hour late, everybody! Yay! Because last night I went and downloaded the update for Mac, Big Sur, and it took an hour to download, and I had gone to bed and didn't make sure that it had installed until I went to go start the stream, and it said, you need to install this update. And I was like, fuck. And I started it about 10 minutes before the stream was supposed to start, and it took until now for what's a measly hour. Well, I thank you. I thank you all for waiting. You guys are awesome. Like seriously, you guys waited a whole hour for this. Like that is awesome. I really appreciate it. So hello to Lord Famine, hello to Fury Kitten, hello to Gunfox, hello to WR Costa, and hello to Grillin' Pirate Pete, hello to JP, and hello to anyone else who might be just coming. Oh, Trucking with the Tablet, hello to you as well. So we've got some stories that I didn't finish from Pinkalo, and then I grabbed one from Gunfox's Discord pile as well. So we should be okay for stories. Why? I don't like the notifications. I don't like how the notifications won't go away now. So first I'm going to open a story, and then we are going to share the screen. So I hope everyone's having a good start to their Monday. Apart from my computer being a douche, we had, well, poor Pinkalo was tearing the house apart, going on a mask searching spree because the oldest lost his mask this morning. Well, actually, he lost all of his masks. Pinkalo found one. So there's that. But yeah, so that's been our Monday. Lost masks and snail paste updating computers. And why am I not able to go to the new why am I not able to go over to my tabs? I just want... There we go. Okay. It was just taking forever. All right. So we're going to start with the stories from Pinkalo first. And then we will go and grab the story that I grabbed from Gunfox. So let's go back here. Back to the previous page. I suspect that Check Your Logic exists. Let's see here. I am streaming after all, yes. I've been reading manga online while waiting. I suspect that Check Your Logic exists. Yes, he does. Alright, let's get into the... No. One too far. There we go. So we got through 4 stories from Pinkalo. There's a few that he sent me while I was away, visiting my uncle. So we're gonna finish those up. So, and he's doing okay today. My aunt says that he's stable today, which is good. And I think my mom is going back up this week after she gets her winter tires put on. But I, unfortunately, will not be going with her this time. Yeah, there is enough Discord in my Discord to keep me going for about 6 hours. You're right. There's quite a lot. Let's see. Where is it here? Here we go. So here's our article that we didn't get a chance to read yesterday. Our first article. Okay, let's go back over here. StreamYard. Share screen. Yeah, this is kind of a new setup I'm dealing with. They've kind of changed things. I'm gonna have to explore it after the stream is done and record my video. My book review. Okay, where's the headline here? Oh, where are we here? Come on. Okay. PM warns premiers that feds don't have unlimited resources to assist in COVID-19 fight. No shit. Sorry, Trudeau, but you're full of you're full of no shit Sherlock things to say, aren't you? Okay, let's read.
Ottawa, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is warning premiers that provinces need to take stronger action to stem the rapid spread of COVID-19 or the federal government could face impossible decisions about where to allocate its limited resources.
Wow. So basically it's all on you guys. It's all on you guys. We wash our hands of this. Don't make us make hard decisions.
As several jurisdictions notched grim new records this week, Trudeau said Friday that it will take a collective effort from all levels of government to reverse the alarming trajectory of the outbreak.
Yeah, but like you can't just put all of this on the provinces.
AMP. Pandemic fires are burning across most of Canada, TAM, YouTube, and AMP. He said individuals will also have to do their part by limiting their socializing with people outside their household. Trudeau said decisions now will determine what happens come the holiday season. You are currently on.
I love how they're holding Christmas over our heads. Like, just tell us that we're not going to be able to fucking socialize for Christmas. Just fucking come out and say it. Okay? Stop lying. Stop lying to the people. Just tell us we're not going to be able to have extended family gatherings for Christmas and be done with it. Stop holding this over our heads like it's a possibility. We all know it's not, so stop pretending it is. Stop making us hope that we're going to be able to see extended family and friends this year. Just stop it. Just be honest and tell us that we're not going to be able to have Christmas. Imagine if the Liberals had managed their budget responsibly. I know. Isn't that amazing? Hi, Mr. Goatman. Scribe is here. Hello, Scribe.
We need to hang in there together for a little while longer, Trudeau said. What we do in the coming days and weeks will determine what we get to do at Christmas.
We are not... Oh my god. Christmas is 5 weeks away. Okay? 5 weeks. We're not going to be able to reverse this in 5 weeks. Just be honest and tell us We have to have Christmas with only our immediate families. Just say it. Just say it. And stop holding time with our loved ones over our heads to make us do what you want. You sick fucks. Canceled Christmas. Yep. Apparently, giving the NDP a majority government was not a good idea. Yeah, Christmas is in 39 days because it is November 16th today. Christmas is on December 25th. It is not that far away, people. I love how these guys are acting like Christmas is so far off and we still have time to reverse this before Christmas. We don't. And the fact that Trudeau and Theresa Tam are basically holding the potential of spending time with extended family over our heads is really fucked up. It makes me really angry.
Canada is reporting more than 45,000 active COVID-19 cases, the highest total since the pandemic began. There was also a new national daily high of 5,516 new cases on Thursday. Story continues. Third-party
Now, Pinkalo did send me this on Friday, so.
Dr. Theresa Tam, Chief Public Health Officer, said Canada is projected to hit 10,000 COVID-19 cases per day by early next month if the wildfire spread of the virus continues.
I love how they're using that word, wildfire spread.
Tam said public health labs tested an average of close to 55,000 people daily over the past week and 6% test positive.
6% of 55,000 people a day. So that's not even 500 people.
AMP YouTube video. Fury factor. Trudeau sticks his nose and up. A button. The number of severe cases also continues to rise, with an average daily increase of 1,400 hospitalizations, including 280 in critical care, she said. Trudeau said premiers told him about the challenges they're facing during a conference call Thursday evening. You are currently on the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister said he assured the premiers his government is prepared to offer more support, but reminded them that our resources are not infinite.
Yeah, we're gonna help you, but it's still all on you. Well, you know what? It's on everybody. Oh, this is getting really angering for me, because PP, he can't say it because that would mean Justin has his balls and a backbone and he has neither. No, it's true. Hey, Selecta Boy. Let's see here.
He said without stricter provincial measures to rein in the surge in COVID-19 cases, there may not be enough federal help to go around.
In other words, if the provinces don't lock down, we won't help you. He doesn't want us working. He wants us to be on the government dime. Why? Why? Moderna is saying its vaccine is 94.5% effective. I'm saving a good COVID joke here. Oh, I'd say a good COVID joke here, but I'd say 99.97% of people won't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many people will get it. I don't know who they'll recommend get it first. I don't know when it will be available.
Controlling the virus now reduces the chances of impossible decisions and choices we might have to make down the road, Trudeau said Friday.
Controlling the virus. It's a microscopic life form. How do you control something you can't see?
AMP YouTube video. Group. To that. End of. Button. What he said. He acknowledged that provinces continue to make tough but necessary decisions to control outbreaks in their communities, such as localized shutdowns and restrictions on businesses and activities. But he said there's a threshold at which the soaring tally of infections and hospitalizations will outpace the federal government's ability to offer backup. If we have limited resources, we may at some point have to choose between helping one region or another, Trudeau said in French.
Of course he did it. Of course he said it in French. Of course. Because he always says the bad news in French. You ever notice that? Because he can spin it better in French.
Story continues below. Third party ad AMP end of. Third party. The Canadian Medical Association echoed Trudeau's appeals for provincial leaders to put people's health ahead of business concerns.
Okay, but without business, we don't have... Oh my God. Do people not understand that the economic health of the country is almost as if not just as important as the physical health of its citizens? Because if we don't have an economy, the citizens can be as healthy as they want, but they will have no money or jobs or food or clothing or a place to live. Like, the economy is just as important as the physical health of the citizens of the country. The country cannot run without an economy.
Finder. End of. In a news release Friday, the doctors group said Canada may be at a tipping point as the rising tide of cases pushes parts of the healthcare system to near full capacity. The measures being taken to mitigate the virus are not sufficient, the association said. The strength of the economy should not come at the expense of Canadians' lives.
But we need the economy. We need it to be here when this is over. The economy cannot just stop and be picked up later. It has to keep going. This is going to be a weird analogy, but the economy is like a plant. You can't just not water it for a little while and hope that it'll be there when you get back just as good as before. It needs constant tending. It needs to be used. It needs to have money spent in order for money to be made. And if you want people to shut down, then the economy is going to stop. And if the economy stops, when this is under control, it is going to take more work and more debt and more impossible decisions to restart the economy than it would if you didn't lock down. But, what the fuck do I know? Right? Pity we didn't do that for measles and TB, which are both undergoing a resurgence. Yep. Even diphtheria has made a return in some parts of the UK. Yeah. Indeed, we are in the timeline of stupid. We are. No economy, no money, and that's not funny. Nope. It's not. And I love how if you point that out, then you're a corporatist. It's like, no, I'm a realist. There's a difference.
Saskatchewan heeded the calls for tougher restrictions with a 28-day mandate expanding its mask rules and imposing a curfew on alcohol sales.
Yep, because the virus knows to attack the people buying alcohol after 10 p.m. It totally knows that.
The province reported 81 new COVID-19 cases, a slight dip from the prior 6 days of more than 100 new daily infections. Each of the prairie provinces reported new highs in COVID-19 hospitalizations this week. You are currently on a Manitoba. Manitoba reported 437 new COVID-19 cases and 5 additional virus-related deaths Friday, a day after new restrictions shut down many non-essential businesses across the province.
Virus-related deaths. Did they die of the virus, or did they test positive for the virus and died of something else?
Meanwhile, Ontario reported 1,301 new cases of COVID-19 following a record-breaking 3-day streak of more than 1,500 new cases per day. Ontario lowered the thresholds for imposing stricter COVID-19 measures under its color-coded framework Friday in light of what Premier Doug Ford called alarming new projections and the looming threat of another province-wide lockdown.
Yep.
Trudeau also announced $1.5 billion in federal funding on Friday to help provinces retrain workers left jobless by the pandemic, on top of the $3.5 billion that had previously been committed. You are currently on a text
So
element.
$5 billion now, just for that. Where's all this money coming from? The economy is an abstract concept for Trudeau, like having a job. That's why you always stock up early in the morning. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Let's see.
The Premiers and Prime Minister have agreed to meet early next month to discuss potential increases in federal funding through the Canada Health Transfer. Link. View on Toronto's Chrome.
So
has
that's what's good. That's the article that I was sent on Friday. What a freaking... This makes me so angry because people are just like, oh, we can't put the economy ahead of Canadian lives. Don't you understand that the economy is part of life now? Like, is that not a thing that occurs to people? Oh, no, that's not a story. Okay, here's our next story. This one he sent me on Thursday, so it is a bit older, but we'll still take a look at it. Okay. Okay. And tomorrow is Mortal Kombat Ultimate. So the free update has the game changes. And the combat pack, I think, is $25 Canadian. So I don't know. I hope I can get it, but I don't know. There's a lot that we need to get. So let's see. Did I share the screen properly? Yes, I did. RCMP surveillance searches breached anti-fracking protesters' rights. Huh. Okay, let's see what this is about. I would like, if I can get the combat pack too, I would like to sit and do a stream and go over the new characters and see their play style and all that stuff. That would be something I'd like to do. I did share the screen, but guess what's right in the middle of it? A nice little pop-up window. Of fucking course.
Kitchener to...
Can I close this? I can't close this. God damn it. That's really frustrating. And I can't get to the headline because of that stupid pop-up. Okay, so what I'm just gonna read this to you guys because it's, God, that's fucking frustrating. I feel embarrassed for Canada having that dancing twink as a premiere. Yeah, well, I appreciate your pity. So this says Ottawa. The RCMP watchdog has uncovered shortcomings with the National Force's crowd control measures, physical searches, and collection of social media information while policing anti-fracking protests in New Brunswick. Huh. In a long-awaited report issued Thursday, the Civilian Review and Complaint Commission for the RCMP chastised the Mounties for their reluctance to take action on some of the findings and recommendations. Let's just have voiceover read this.
The Commission received 21 public complaints related to the RCMP's management of protests in 2013 over shale gas exploration by SWN Resources Canada near the town of Rexton and the Elsipogtog First Nation Reserve in Kent County, as well as in various other parts of the province.
21 complaints, wow.
The report notes that a primary motivation for Indigenous protesters opposing the actions of SWN was their dedication to protecting land and water they considered their own, unceded to the Crown through treaty or other agreement. You are current.
Okay. So, land that was not ceded via treaty or other agreement is what they're trying to protect. Okay.
A court-issued injunction limited protests, and despite some progress through negotiations between the RCMP and demonstrators, the Mounties cleared an encampment on October 17, 2013, sparking a melee and numerous arrests. You are currently... After reviewing the complaints and materials disclosed by the RCMP, the Commission then initiated its own investigation in December 2014 to examine the issues more broadly. The Commission found considerable evidence that RCMP members understood and applied a measured approach in planning their operations and while interacting with protesters. However, it also found some distressing problems. Several incidents or practices interfere to varying degrees with the protesters' rights to freedom of expression, association, and peaceful assembly, the Commission concluded.
Which is a Charter of Rights and Freedoms violation, which is a big no-no.
It stressed that police may only establish buffer zones within parameters set by the courts. As such, decisions to restrict access to public roadways or sites must be specific, reasonable, and limited to minimize the impact on people's rights.
Makes sense.
The Commission also found that some of the RCMP's surveillance practices and physical searches were inconsistent with protesters' charter rights to be free from unreasonable search and seizure.
Uh-oh, that's not a good idea. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all to be, because that's a section 7, right, I think? Pretty sure?
For example, in conducting stop checks, RCMP members randomly stopped vehicles for a purpose other than those set out in provincial highway traffic legislation, the report says.
Yeah, that's unlawful. That's a unlawful search. Which is against... Phew, grocery shopping was rough. I feel ya on that one, Sunseal. Let's see here. Memes of destruction! How are you? Mortal Kombat is going to have Rambo and Melina and Rain, and I can't wait to buy it. I really can't. but I need another $25. So that'll have to wait.
Likewise, while unconfirmed reports about the presence of weapons raised a legitimate public safety concern, searching persons entering the protesters' campsite was inconsistent with the individual's charter rights.
Yep.
The Commission found that RCMP policy did not provide clear guidance on handling personal information obtained from social media or other open sources, particularly in situations where no criminal activity was involved.
Well, that's a problem. No guidance on how to handle that information? That is definitely an issue.
The watchdog recommended that RCMP policy describe what personal information from social media sites can be gathered, how it can be used, what steps should be taken to verify its reliability, and limits on how long it can be kept.
Yeah. It should absolutely have that. I don't know why it doesn't have that.
It urges the RCMP to destroy such material once it is clear there is no criminal or national security dimension.
Absolutely. Again, why is this not already a thing?
Among the Commission's other findings, you are currently, the RCMP's interactions with SWN resources were reasonable under the circumstances, and enforcing the law and injunctions did not amount to acting as private security for the company, as some had claimed.
Okay, so they were still doing the right thing. It was just that parts of their policy were unclear.
RCMP members did not differentiate between Indigenous and non-Indigenous protesters when making arrests, nor did they demonstrate bias against Indigenous protesters generally.
Good.
You are currently, officers had reasonable grounds to arrest people for offenses including mischief and obstruction, and the force used was generally necessary and proportional.
Okay, so there was no police brutality. That's also good.
The Mounties had legal authority to clear the campsite, and it was a reasonable exercise of their discretion to do so. The notification. Google. Chrome stacked 43 meters ago. Wise W. A. Philosopher.
Go away.
You are currently. Confirm show less button.
Go away. I don't want that
Finder,
notification.
Chrome, the Mounties had legal authority to clear the
You
campsite,
have
and
just
it was a
received
reasonable
the finger
exercise of their
wag
discretion.
from Idaho.
For what?
Softcore pornography.
For where?
Take a guess.
Where?
Replypress.net. Mom saw the slideshow photos that are up there. So you got the finger wag from Potato Land.
I'll show her softcore porn if she wants to see it.
Please no. She's already traumatized by what she saw. The children will see it. .net that aren't really booby pictures because there's no boobs.
Yeah, guys, seriously, go check out blindpress.net and see what my mother-in-law is freaking out about.
I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. I just told her to stop bro clutching. Hello, everybody. I'm home for a break because the world is stupid.
Ooh, brandied fruitcake. That's like the only fruitcake I might eat. If you want to see it. Yeah, my mother-in-law. So there's like slideshow pictures up on blindpress.net. And you can see, the cool thing about blindpress.net is you can still watch the stream when you're on there. It's got a pop-out player. And so my mother-in-law, there's like a slideshow of some of the pictures that Pinkolo has taken. And my mother-in-law is calling it softcore porn. 'Cause she's, what's the word I'm looking for that's not mean? She's, very, very, conservative.
Oh, come on. My mother is a Portuguese Roman Catholic, for Christ's sake. What do you think? You think Jewish mothers are bad? Try having a Roman Catholic mother. We fucking bleed the Bible. It's. Oh dear, did you have a naughty thought last night? Is that why I walked in and you were doing things?
Take the slappy! You do not touch!
Yeah, she's crazy sometimes. Very prudish, yes. She's very, very prudish.
The decision to leave members of the crisis negotiation team out of the loop about operational planning led to the unfortunate and regrettable situation of the tactical operation occurring shortly after RCMP negotiators offered to back up to campsite protest leaders.
That was a stupid thing to do.
At the time the policing efforts began, with some notable exceptions, assigned members did not have sufficient training in Indigenous cultural matters.
Also a bad idea.
Canada's ongoing reconciliation with Indigenous people includes protecting the rights of those whose voices have been diminished by systemic sources of racism in our society, Commission Chairwoman Micheline Leahy said in a statement accompanying the report. In her response to the report, RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki agreed to implement recommendations on sensitivity and awareness training related to Indigenous culture and sacred items, better information, sharing with crisis negotiators and refreshers for RCMP members on law and policy for search and seizure. Why
would you not talk to the crisis negotiators? If they're there because there's a crisis, why would you not talk to the crisis negotiators before making a move? That is stupid, and you shouldn't need to be recommended that. That is something you shouldn't be like, yes, I will definitely implement that recommendation. That should have been, what dumb fuck didn't talk to the crisis negotiator, and where is he so I can suspend his ass? That's what that should be. That is what that should be. I'm just saying. Was she complaining about the cutie in the bikini? No, she was complaining about the slideshow of pictures of me that's up there. That's what she was complaining about.
But while the RCMP indicated support for 8 of the Commission's 12 recommendations, it believed 3 needed no further action. This concerns the Commission, as these included recommendations concerning roadblocks, exclusion zones and limits to police powers, the report says. Lucki also strongly rejected recommendations limiting collection and retention of open source information, saying the RCMP must have ready access to data about protesters, even if they have no criminal history.
I don't know about that one. I don't think I agree with that.
The RCMP's right to refuse to implement findings or recommendations, and its statutory obligation to explain itself when it does so, is not meant to provide an opportunity for the police force to act as an appeal body with regard to the Commission's findings, the report says. Such a process would amount to giving the RCMP carte blanche to come to its own conclusions about its members' actions.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, a civil liberties group launched a court action to force the release of a Complaints Commission report on alleged RCMP surveillance of anti-oil protesters in British Columbia. The BC Civil Liberties Association says the Mounties have been sitting on an interim report for more than 3 years, and the group is now asking the federal court to order Lucki to finalize her input so the watchdog can release it.
Well, absolutely. At least transparency's sake, you need to be releasing reports. Like this is not hard. This is not hard at all. No, the slideshow is not on Pornhub. It's on blindpress.net.
This report by the Canadian Press was first published.
So that's that story. And I think there's one more story, but I don't know if Pincolo wants me to read it because I know he wanted to do a video. Huh? They can't find it?
Yeah, it's missing.
The slideshow is missing? Oh. So there's one more story that Pincolo sent me, but I don't know if he wants me to read it because he was talking about doing a video. Okay, so this is there's one more story before that one. This is about the Pfizer vaccine. Let's see. What is... Where is the stream? Yeah, I don't know where the... I don't know where the slideshow is. How odd. Oh well. Oh well. Oops, I closed YouTube. Why did I close YouTube? I need to see the chat. That's not helpful. I can't see chat if I close YouTube. That was short-sighted of me. Okay. Pause, damn you. Okay. So, let's go over to the next, to the StreamYard screen. Where are we here? Hey, I said pause. Thank you, you dumb fucking thing. Okay. Chrome tab. So this is about the Pfizer vaccine, and they are saying that it should last about a year.
You know, I think she linked to your Instagram.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, she clicked on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which, that's all the tame shit. That's like, she's like half naked. I think she might have. Oh. My Puritan mother.
She's
never seen the photos on my phone.
No, she has not. So this is, they're saying Pfizer BioNTech, saying that they expect vaccine to protect patients for a year, says CEO. So here we go. And this is a Fox News story. Okay.
Sorry. I figured it out.
Did she click on the Patreon?
She went to the Patreon because in the back, you can see in the background on a bunch of the posts.
Yeah.
You can kind of see fuzzed out. And if you go to all 61 posts, you can kind of make out the photos in the background. So I'll drop that link in so that way everybody can go check that out.
She wasn't supposed to go to Patreon. Silly woman.
The Pfizer BioNTech. Link. Coronavirus. Vaccine could protect patients from the virus for a year. BioNTech CEO Ugur Shahin told. Chrome head. Link. Mornings with Maria.
So,
has a new window.
Basically, it's going to be like the flu vaccine, and every year they're going to have to develop a new COVID vaccine because freaking COVID's going to mutate just like the flu does. Streamlabs removed this. If the vaccine is supposed to only work for a year, then what's the point of taking it? This is going to be just like the flu vaccine, Select Boy. That's what it's going to be. Oh, ambrosia apples are really good. Have you ever had a russet apple, Sunseal? They are like brown in color, like brownish red, and they're a bit fuzzy. Like the skin is a bit different, but they are so sweet.
+1 +1 519. Answer call.
Who is calling me?
Remind me. Kitchener. +1 519 744 2592.
That is not a number that I
Thursday.
recognize.
Link.
Remind
Mornings.
me. Message. Answer call. Button. Message. Button.
I do not recognize that number, so you can leave a voicemail.
Remind me. Button.
On Thursday.
Because I'm not expecting a call from anybody.
Link on Thursday. You are current link. Behind Pfizer's vaccine, AN understated husband and wife dream team.
Oops.
There's a good chance that the vaccine not only is protective but could protect from infection or reinfection for a significant period of time, Shaheen said. I personally expect that a vaccine could protect us for at least 1 year. If we learn that we need to re-immunize, we could do that after 1 year.
That's not a significant amount of time. A tetanus shot is good for a significant amount of time. Not a year.
Table 5 columns. Ticker. Column 1. Security.
Oh, look, a table. A fucking table. So that's that story. It's gonna be about a year that it'll be good for. Rutsist fluffy apples. You just bought Ambrosia's last night? Oh, okay. They're big. They're big apples. Okay, so we have 2 more stories. One from Pink Hollow, one from Gunfox. So let's just go and get the last story from Pink Hollow here. Where are we here? All right. Oh, you know what? I think I know exactly who that was that just called me. I think that was the psychiatrist. Whoopsie! Three. Do you have to go out of town? Okay, so this last story, Pink Hollow sent me and said, oh, look, I have a video to make, but I don't know if he wants me, so I don't know if... Do you want me to read the one about kids in the road, or do you want me to leave that? Let's see here. So this one, I really want to read it, because I want to see what this is about. So this, he sent me, it's Darwin Award material, for sure. So let's take a look here. Okay. So here we go. Dangerous game. Teens lying on roads, fleeing cars. OPP warned. Now, OPP is Ontario Provincial Police. For those of you in the States going, what the hell is that? So, this is an article about dumbass kids lying in the road. So let's take a listen.
Provincial police are sounding the alarm, again, over a dangerous stunt, apparently fueled by a social media dare, in which teens lie on roads and run when vehicles approach.
That sounds really stupid.
The warning comes after Huron OPP were notified last week of at least 15 youths in Exeter trying the stunt, covering themselves with blankets and stretching out on the road. You are current.
You guys are fucking. I hope a freaking 18-wheeler comes along and squashes you.
Heading level 2. Advertisement. It's a dangerous game that can have life-threatening consequences, said the ops at Sanchuk. They are not only putting their lives in danger, but it also puts unsuspecting drivers and passengers and pedestrians walking along the roadway in danger.
Yeah.
It's the second such report in southwestern Ontario in recent months. After Norfolk OPP responded to a September complaint involving 5 teens, Sanchuk credited an alert driver with avoiding tragedy.
No kidding. If I was that driver, I would get out and, like, scream at those kids. I would be so mad. I would be so mad. Because these kids, they don't, not only will they be killed, but that's somebody's life that they've changed forever. Because that will affect a person for the rest of their life, that they've killed somebody. Even if it wasn't their fault. Even if it was because some dumbass kid with no care for themselves laid down in the road and played chicken with a car. That person that hit the kid is still gonna feel horrible. And they will have to live with the fact that they took a child's life for the rest of their life. And these dumbass kids, they don't give a shit about that. Because they're so selfish that if they took a life, they probably wouldn't even care.
As a driver, I don't anticipate seeing people sitting in the middle of the road, he said. Story continues to third.
No doubt.
Frame 1. End of. But this is another reminder for drivers to be aware of their surroundings at all times and put all the distractions away and focus 110% of their driving ability. Chrome has new win in the Huron County case. Police believe the prank was part of a social media dare. Although the motivation was not confirmed, it is believed the prank was another thought-out, trending social media challenge, an OPP release said.
You know, people really need to stop blaming social media challenges for shit like this, because people have been doing dumb stuff for millennia. The advent of social media is not the advent of people doing dumb stuff. It's just been amplified because everyone has access to the internet. At this point, trying to outrun the fully floored combine harvester with the corn harvester attachment is safer. Yeah. I know, I do that whoopsie to sound like Toasty all the time. That's what I do. I go, whoopsie! That's what I do. It's my thing. Because when I was a kid, that's what I thought it said. I didn't know that it said Toasty until I was like a teenager. So now to make fun of myself, I go, whoopsie! So yeah.
Though social media don't cause such behaviors, they can help them reach a larger audience and spread faster, said Trent Cruz, a Fanshawe College professor who teaches business, marketing, and social media. These are kinds of activities that young people have always done, these transgressive, dangerous stunts, but social media does amplify certain ones, he said.
Yeah, like I just said.
And it's obviously not something that you really want to go viral, because you can imagine it's only a matter of time before there is a serious accident.
No kidding. And before somebody dies and the person who kills them feels like a horrible person, even though it wasn't really their fault.
Cruz said youth may take part in such stunts to gain followers on social media. Lockdowns and pressure not to socialize with friends amid the COVID-19 pandemic also may be pushing teens to fill their time with other activities.
Yeah.
Not to kind of excuse or justify what they're doing, but I think it might help explain it, he said. They're spending a lot of time on social media and this is something that perhaps they wouldn't do if there wasn't a pandemic. Sanchuk said the latest case should be a reminder to parents to talk to their kids about the dangers of social media and unsafe behavior. Chrome has new...
Or just talk about the dangers of not thinking ahead.
We are encouraging all parents and caregivers to speak to their children about this dangerous act that could have life-ending consequences, he said. Link. J. Juha.
And
You are currently
that's
on a
the
link.
thing.
To
It's
click
not
this link,
just
press
about
Control,
ending
Option,
your
space.
life. It's about changing somebody else's life. Like I said, because if you do something that causes somebody to end your life, that person has to deal with the fact that they've ended a life. And that's not going to go away. That's a hate fact. According to the left, life began in 2016. Ah, yes. So that brings us to, where are we here? Well, that brings us to an hour. And I am going to stop here. And I will save the NASA story for Wednesday. And it will be a Wednesdays with Skep week. And then next week will be Wednesdays in Canada. So be sure to tune in for that. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. or 1:30, depending on when I get back from my orientation and mobility lesson, we will have a Beat the Blind Girl episode. Unless Mortal Kombat has to update, in which case I may just do a coffee stream. I'm not sure. Stay tuned. There will be a stream tomorrow, whether it is a coffee stream or Beat the Blind Girl. I do not know yet. So stay tuned for that. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for waiting. First of all, for waiting for an hour. You guys rock. I will be recording my book review later on today and posting that up, so stay tuned for that. And be sure to check out blindpress.net, the Patreon, and all of the other links that are actually found on blindpress.net. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.